Hello, you figured out the password. What's up, Danny?
Hey, how are you?
Great.
Good afternoon, Cheryl.
Good afternoon. How you doing, Abhay?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. I like your Guinness sweatshirt or whatever, that jacket.
Yeah,
Very nice.
thank you.
Yeah, Zoom decided to put password protection on their meetings all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's what Lisa told me, and we were trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
All the hackers.
Yeah,
All
probably.
hackers.
You
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want porn in the middle of your meeting.
Yep. So we will wait a little while since people are probably. What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
Alpha
Hi,
Rock.
Cheryl.
What's up, Becky? Damn. Gonna rock and do the meeting at the same time, huh?
Yeah. We couldn't miss the meeting.
Outstanding. Well, it's a beautiful day for that.
Yeah.
Get it in before the National Guard makes us all stay home for good.
What's that?
Yeah, the password thing's a new thing, so
You know what's going on too. She said, "All right, baby girl." She came running to hide behind the pillow.
we'll wait another minute or so while people get on, get past the password thing. Hope you're all doing awesome. As awesome as can be expected. What's up, Steve? Making your smoothie.
Making my smoothie.
Awesome. You can give us a smoothie tutorial.
You know, I got it. I was gonna call you to see if I could stop over and pick up some protein powder.
Yeah, well, we don't have any, so I haven't ordered any since we don't have a lot of demand for it right now.
This is my
Get it on Amazon just as fast as we can.
Oh man.
Yep. Unfortunately, we're all being driven to Amazon for everything.
So if you create a pandemic and all the small businesses go out of business, who benefits from it?
Now, no
Amazon.
no conspiracy theories on here.
No, I'm a individual who sees.
What's up, Nicole? All right, guys, we are going to get started here. Nice. We're going to get started. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for attending our meeting. Sorry about the password thing. That's a new feature from Zoom. I will go ahead and share my screen here. So the password will be the same each week, hopefully. All right, hopefully you can see my screen. Terry, can you see my screen? Give me a thumbs up. All right, cool. Terry can see it. We can all see it, I hope. Awesome, guys. Thanks for attending. Hope you're doing well. And really appreciate you guys continuing to support us. Hopefully we're providing you value. And I just can't thank you enough for continuing to support our community. And we really appreciate it. All right, so we're going to get into this thing here. We made it through our first official week in the hybrid 12-week challenge. You guys are doing awesome, putting your food in, checking in. A couple people have still had issues checking in, but I can't overemphasize the importance of checking in. It allows me to help you. If I don't have the data, I can't help you as much as you deserve, okay? So please check in. It's got to be on Monday. You can't check in on Tuesday. You got to check in on Monday. We said what we were grateful for and last week, and a lot of you guys did that. That was awesome. This week, we're going to delve into knowing what your eating style is and getting more accurate in your measurement. So we've done a good job of just measuring things, and that's super important in MyFitnessPal. So we know what we're eating and how much. And I should also remind you that it helps to keep a notebook. So we cover a lot of stuff in these meetings, and there's a lot of moving parts and this and that and check in and all this data we're trying to collect. So, you know, write down some notes so you don't have to remember everything when we're done with the meeting. Coming this week, we're going to work on some Hunger Games things. And let me just admit more of our people here. Work on getting rid of some cravings and talk about our photos, progress photos, okay? So get into that here. All right, let's talk about gratitude. So last week, our challenge was to say something we're grateful for, take a picture of that, and we need to continue that throughout all of these weeks. It's super important, especially when times are challenging, to remember the things we should be grateful for and not just how everything sucks now, because it's not the same as it used to be. Well, it's never going to be the same as it used to be. We need to replace those negative feelings with positive feelings and be thankful for what we do have, whatever that is. So not expecting anything, just being grateful for what we do have, and going with that, okay? Saying thank you more, saying what you appreciate more. It's super important, okay? One thing I did, hold on, let me try and, if you're not muted, please mute yourself. Let me see if I can get that and mute everyone here.
I don't know how to put my
All right. All right. So all right. One thing I did this last week was I'm doing this Stoic challenge. I get an email every day. It's a 14-day challenge, and it gives me something to challenge myself with during this time. And one of the challenges last week was to write someone a physical paper letter. And I did that, and I found it very therapeutic to write someone a physical letter, to sit down and kind of put my thoughts on paper and actually print the letter out, put a stamp on it, and put it in the mailbox. Hopefully the person will leave it in the mailbox for the requisite number of days so they won't get the COVID-19 virus from your letter. But I challenge you to do that. This isn't for points or anything like that, but you know, write something down, handwrite it, print it out, put it in an envelope, and mail it to someone, and you'll be amazed at how therapeutic that is. And it could make someone's day. You know, some of our elderly people who are stuck in their homes, who might not have the technology that we have, who aren't on Zoom meetings, they would probably be really happy to get that letter in the mail and have something to read. So try and do that if you can. I highly recommend it. All right, so moving on to eating, we're gonna identify your eating style this week. And there are, for those of you that have been tracking your food in MyFitnessPal, and everyone who's done this has said that it's been an absolutely amazing experience and they've learned so much, even if they thought, like most of us do, I ate pretty good, I eat pretty well, and then they start tracking stuff and you realize kind of where your holes are in your nutrition plan. And for the most part, if you have been tracking, you probably are noticing that most of us eat the same shit all the time, okay? I know I do, and they keep coming up on your MyFitnessPal, and you recognize kind of, especially these times when we can't go out to eat as much as we used to at a restaurant, that we really kind of eat the same stuff. And hopefully it's good stuff. Obviously, we want it to be good stuff. What's good stuff? Stuff that is natural. The closer it is to nature, the better it is for you, okay? But you've probably noticed that you kind of eat the same stuff. And there are people that know they eat the same stuff, which is the first type of those that eat the same foods knowingly. And then there are people that eat the same stuff, but they don't know it, okay? I was one of those people. I thought I had a very diverse nutrition plan. And then when I started really tracking my food a couple months ago with MyFitnessPal, just like you're doing, I realized that I kind of do eat the same stuff all the time. So I want you to focus on which type you are this week. You know, are you someone that knows you eat the same stuff, or someone you didn't know? And the only way to know that is to track it, okay? To show that, gee, I really do eat kind of the same stuff and I wasn't aware of it. The variety comes in typically when you are doing something outside your normal habits, all right? Going to a restaurant, going to a party, something like that. The more you understand that you eat the same stuff, the more clarity you have, and the less stressful it is for you to kind of figure out, oh, gee, what am I eating? What am I supposed to eat? What have I eaten? When you really realize that I kind of eat the same stuff all the time. One of the questions that I've been getting a lot, which is typical, and I did a video about this last week, hopefully you saw that video on my birthday, is people ask, okay, I've been tracking and MyFitnessPal says I should be eating 2,000 calories. How many calories should I be eating? And first of all, we don't want to get obsessed with calories, okay? But it's important to know what the number is. We want to first be obsessed with what we're eating. That's the most important thing. The calories aren't going to matter as much if you're just eating McDonald's, okay? Even if you're keeping that number below, as the movie Super Size Me proved, that eating crap is gonna be bad for you, obviously. So you first want to focus on what you're eating, the quality of the food, and then once you're doing that, focus on the calories. And the answer to that question of how many calories should I be eating is, first you got to know how many calories you eat on an average basis, which is why we're telling you to track your food in MyFitnessPal. Oh, and again, I should mention, I always forget this. If you have questions, please enter them in the chat, and I will go through all the questions at the end of this, okay? And obviously, if you need to text me or call me anytime with a question, you can do that anytime, but put them in the chat, and we'll cover the questions at the end of this meeting. So you need to track how many calories you intake on a regular basis, all right? MyFitnessPal and these apps, and if you want to use a different app that's good for you, good, great. They're good at telling you how many calories you've eaten with food. That's an easy calculation to make, okay? I know, protein is, 1 calorie of protein is about 4 grams, all right? And that is, it's science. We know this, okay? So MyFitnessPal will tell you how many calories you're eating. What it's not good at is calculating the number of calories you're burning, okay? That's a very difficult calculation to get accurate. Unless you go to a university lab and put on a ton of electrodes and a bunch of fancy scientific equipment, it's very difficult to know exactly how many calories you're burning. And I don't care if you got a MyFitnessPal or an Apple Watch or a Whoop and all this technology, it's still very difficult, especially when you're doing workouts like we do, where we're doing a lot of different things that aren't necessarily cardio and that kind of thing. And it's really hard to calculate the number of calories you're burning. So don't worry about that. See on average how many calories you're consuming on a regular basis, okay? So like me, I know that I eat between 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day on average. I track for a week. I take the average of that because, different days are going to be different. I've done that for months, and it's always about 3,000 to 3,500 calories. MyFitnessPal tells me that I should be eating about 2,500 calories, and if I did that, I would literally starve to death, okay? I've tried it, and it's no fun. Ask my family. So I don't pay any attention to that because it doesn't know how many calories I'm burning. But, for me, 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day, I'm at 200 pounds. Day in, day out, give or take a pound, couple pounds here or there, I'm always at 200 pounds. So I know that if I want to lose weight and keep it off, if I want to get below 200 pounds, I need to keep my calories below 2,500, okay, or thereabouts. Then I'm going to lose weight given my activity level, okay? If I want to gain weight, I need to add more, I need to eat more than 3,500 calories, okay? And then I'm going to gain weight. I've proven this, I've tested it. So you want to know what that baseline calorie number is. That's why we're tracking, okay? And people ask me, well, what should my calorie be? If you want to maintain, and you know that, like me, 3,000 calories a day, I'm at 200 pounds, I don't go over 3,000 calories a day. If I want to lose weight, I got to go below that. If I want to gain weight, I want to go above that. And it's literally no more complicated than that, okay? But you have to know what that number is. Cool. I beat that dead horse to death, so we're going to move on. And we're going to talk about food weighing accuracy. So if I'm tracking, if I'm putting my food in, then the more accurately I can measure my food, the more accurate that calorie number is going to be, all right? We should be using grams as opposed to ounces because grams has more granularity as a measurement because there are 28.34 grams per ounce. So I can get more granular in my measurement and be more specific. If we over or under measure, it's going to add all week. All those under measurements or over measurements are going to go into that calorie number and it's not going to be as accurate. The more accurate you can be, the more information you can give me, the more I can help you and the more valuable your membership's going to be. When you're measuring, your meats should be cooked. Why? Because I don't want to put some raw chicken in my measuring thing and then put the vegetables I'm going to eat in the measuring thing where that raw chicken was. That could be a recipe for disaster, especially when, you know, we need to stay home and it's hard to get to a hospital or get medicine or anything. You don't want to get botulism, okay? So measure your meat cooked. Vegetables, you want to measure raw, all right? So meat cooked, vegetables raw. Then we have something called the negative on the scale tip. What that is, and this is really cool. I just learned this from our other friends at Strong Together. So let's say you want to eat something with peanut butter in it, okay? Peanut butter, you put the scoop in, you know, you got to get it into the thing on your scale, and it's a pain in the ass and super messy. Then some's left on the spoon, and we all know what we do. We lick the spoon, and we don't count those calories, okay? You're cheating yourself when you do that. So what you want to do with something like that is you put the whole peanut butter thing on your scale, and you hit the 0. So it zeroes out. So you put the peanut butter thing on the scale, you know, and it says, you know, 2 pounds, whatever. You hit 0, so it zeroes out. And then you take your spoon and you, let's say your recipe calls for 20 grams of peanut butter. You take out with the spoon 20 grams till the scale says -20. Okay, you've taken out 20 grams. So you set it at 0 when you put the peanut butter on there, and you're taking out stuff out of the container until it hits -20, meaning it's 20 grams lighter. And then, you know, you have 20 grams of peanut butter on your spoon. You can lick the spoon, and it's a lot more accurate. Okay, so little tip there about weighing your food and accuracy. Hope that makes sense. All right, our schedule again, same thing. You guys have been doing it. You're doing great. Please check in on Monday, only Monday. Tuesday, we have the Chelsea workout here. We do the live workout and the recorded workout. So if you want to see me coach a class or Coach Shelby, please tune in on Tuesday. You don't have to do it at 10 a.m. If you can't make the live one, it's recorded. Do the recorded one anytime. It's all good. If you have to wait for the recording, do the one from the previous day from one of the other gyms. So you're not waiting a whole day, because it takes a while to get that Zoom recording on the portal. All right. Then Thursday, we have our secret point entering. Please attach photos to a lot of you guys have been doing that. It's been great. I'll cover more about that in a moment. Enter your weight and your protein, carbs, and fats from MyFitnessPal in the check-in. You guys have been doing that, or you haven't. If you haven't, please do. How's that for a scary before picture? Back in the day, look, that picture's so old, I have no tattoos. That's an old picture, all right? So your progress photos, we don't look at these every week. I'm the only one that looks at them, okay? So don't worry, no one else sees them. But we want to have them so we can show a progression over time. That's why we want them every week, so that we can show when you started and then that progression of your transformation. So please do that. We don't look at them every week, but we want to have them as a record. It's a good habit to get into, and it keeps you engaged. Just do it. All right. So our secret point day for this week on Thursday, again, you go into the Challenger Group Hybrid Challenge, STF Hybrid Challenge. You include these 2 tags. Note that this tag is different this week. It's Best Week 3, and then Team Chelsea. And then you're going to put a picture of a food creation that you made, okay? So whatever that is, it's all good. Anything goes. Make some kind of food creation, some type of sculpture or art with your food. Have the kids help you. Something fun the kids could do, because they're probably getting on your nerves by now, I'm sure, being home. And then also include what that piece of art you made with your food is in terms of grams of protein, carbs, and fat, which you're going to log in MyFitnessPal when you eat it. So that's the challenge for the day. That's done on Thursday, so you have plenty of time to figure out what you're going, go on Pinterest and find some fun food thing you can make, a piece of art with your food, and then take a picture of that and post it in the group. Be sure to be active in the group. It helps a lot. The code for this week, the meeting code is not the Zoom meeting code, but the code for the challenge is I love fitness. All right. I love fitness. FYI, before I forget, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to make a video about foot pain, and also that's thanking all of our frontline people that are on the front lines, many of which our members are. We have probably 70%, I would say, of our members are healthcare workers or first responders. So I'd like to thank all of you, which I'm going to do in this video, and we should all thank them because I can't imagine doing that job right now. I saw a great video by Dr. Kelly Starrett that talks about foot pain, and I've used his methods for relieving my foot pain because I get a lot of foot pain, and I'm going to make that video for our frontline troops out there in this virus thing, and that who are on their feet for long hours. And you know, if any of you are and have foot pain, that's what I'm going to be doing later. I'll post that to post that to YouTube and Facebook, and you can check it out. So I'm going to go in the chat now, and 2 questions. Do we put net or gross into the portal calories? I think that you don't mean calories, but you mean the measurement. You put whatever, so again, if you're measuring meat, it's that meat cooked, whatever the grams are. And if you're measuring vegetables, it's your cooked vegetables. What did you mean by that, Steve?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
In MyFitnessPal, it gives us like total calories eaten, but subtracts exercise. So I would call the total calories eaten as gross. And then what they're calculating as total is really the net. So in the portal, when they ask how many calories, is it what we ate or what the net is?
It's what you ate. Don't worry. As I said, MyFitnessPal cannot accurately calculate the amount of calories you burn exercising. You shouldn't even pay attention to that. It's a waste of time. So you're just worrying about the gross calories that you consumed, not worrying about what MyFitnessPal says you burned or whatever. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so probably shouldn't even put our exercises in, because then you gotta, it's nice to see it, feels good.
Yeah.
But then you gotta add it back to enter the portal.
Correct. So you're not putting in your exercise. The calories is just what you're eating. And again, I don't think it doesn't calculate it accurately anyway, so don't worry about it. That's why we want you to weigh yourself every day, because that's the only way you can tell, am I losing weight based on the calories I'm eating, or am I gaining weight, or am I staying the same? And that's the way you're going to tell. You know, give it 2 pounds here or there. That's could be all water anyway, so don't worry about that. But by weighing yourself every day, by paying attention to the calories you're consuming, that's how you're going to be able to tell what your food's doing to you from a weight gain or loss standpoint. Please confirm recipe photos get posted in the Hybrid Challenge Facebook page or our Chelsea page. Great question. It's the Hybrid Challenge. Your workouts, if you want to post pictures of your workouts and all that stuff, guys, that can go in the Chelsea page. So our Chelsea Facebook member page, that does not need to go into the Hybrid Challenge page. The weekly challenges that we cover in this meeting, so that Thursday challenge, like this recipe, those go in the Hybrid, and with the tags like that, the Chelsea tags. The workouts, I just need you to text me how many you did in the week when you do your check-in, okay? And then you can, I think it's great, it's awesome. You guys don't know how motivating you are being to people, not just in our group, but other people out there. When they see you guys engaged and all sharing what workouts you did and everything, and your nutrition stuff, it's super motivating for people. So you are having a great effect, not just on our community and keeping us motivated, but keeping the world motivated as well. I had a member that canceled their membership last week, and because they're feeling the financial strain of what's going on, and today they texted me and said, can you add me back and not cancel my membership, because I can't stand being outside of our community, and not even in this online thing, So that just touched my heart, and you know, that's what you guys are doing, and that's what we're doing. So it's, until you're out of it, you really don't know what a big effect this has on our community and other people.
Cyril,
Yeah.
could you have Katie move her phone closer to her baby? Oh, upside down.
Thanks. The baby's upside down. Look at that. She is happy. How many calories are in that, Katie? No, just kidding. That's awesome. Thank you. All right. Do you want front, side, and back progress photos? Yes. Front, side, and back, please. Terry, I'm assuming you got the Zoom meeting password. I'm hoping it's the same every week, so we don't have to have a new password. If that's not the case, I will text you guys before the meeting what the password is. But this week, it's 182153. 182153 was the meeting password, and hopefully that'll be the same every week. The tags are Team Chelsea and Best Week 3. Yes, so the tags for the post on Thursday are these tags: Best Week 3, Team Chelsea. Thank you. All right, that's all I have, guys. Any other questions? All right, awesome. So again, I can't thank you guys enough. You're doing awesome. Keep it up. You're motivating other people during this challenging time. You're motivating me. It's awesome. And we're going to keep going. And I am going to try to unmute everyone for our end for this meeting. So repeat after me. I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
So
I am confident.
I'm confident.
I didn't sound very confident, but I'll let it go. I will accomplish my goals.
I will accomplish my goals.
Strong together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Strong together.
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 Thanks, guys. You're awesome. Have a great day. Let me know if you need anything.
Punch. Bye, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.
Get off.